So what are the consequences of not wearing a seatbelt when you're involved in an accident? Well, obviously, one consequence is you might be hurt very seriously. I recently was reading some articles in the newspaper about several people who were actually ejected from their vehicles and died as a result of them not wearing their seatbelts. Seatbelts have been in cars for years and years. I remember as a child, we didn't have seatbelts in the car. That's how old I am. And oftentimes we'd be riding in the back of a station wagon and just jumping up and down. Well, that's not allowed anymore. The laws in California are that you must wear a seatbelt while you're in your car. Now, we all know that if you don't wear a seatbelt and you get in an accident, you're probably going to get hurt worse than if you were wearing a seatbelt. And that's a general rule. Not always the case, but a general rule. What does that mean to you if you decide to pursue a case against the person who caused your auto accident? Well, it means this, is if the defense believes you were not wearing a seatbelt, and obviously if you were asked about that, you'd have to tell the truth, the defense can try to lessen the amount of the award of damages to you equal to the proportion, now this is a little complicated, equal to the proportion of reduced damages you would have had. Now, let me explain that. Let's say you were wearing your seatbelt and you got into an accident where someone came in front of you and you hit that car. Okay, it wasn't your fault, they came through a red light. You hit that car, you're in your seatbelt, you're going to feel some whiplash, some injuries like that, maybe even a broken leg or something like that. Okay, but let's assume this time that car comes through that red light and you're not wearing your seatbelt and you're traveling, 50 miles an hour and you hit them. What's going to happen to you without your seatbelt? It's highly probable that you could even be ejected from your car, suffer all kinds of injuries, head injuries, broken bones, maybe even death as a result of being ejected like that. Well, had you worn your seatbelt, your injuries would have been, let's say, right here. But because you didn't wear your seatbelt, your injuries are significantly greater. So the defense would say, well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, yes, he has injuries up here, but had he worn his seatbelt, our experts say that his injuries would have been minor compared to what he had. So you're not entitled to recover for all your losses. You're only entitled to recover for those losses that you would have had you had your seatbelt. That law is in California right now. It's a significant law that can really affect or negatively affect your case if you were to go to a trial or something of that nature. So not only are seatbelts important for your own safety, but also for any future recovery you might have or you might request before a judge or a jury.